Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 901 of PhotoKitchen, but not in the PhotoKitchen, actually in a little hotel suite, wrapping up, putting gear away. Did some behind the scenes, but didn't do anything as far as setup goes, so I figured I'd do a little bit of post-mortem. This was a personal shoot for me. I was working with three amazing models, Grace, Zakota, and Hope, and we were just doing some personal work. And the reason why the hotel room is a location is because sometimes hotel rooms are cheaper than studio spaces, especially during the middle of the week. Always check. Some places will have off-season or early season, late season specials. We got this room with some help of some friends for a very reasonable price and a nice little hotel room suite that we shot in. Again, personal work, stretching the legs, working with people, keeping them out of the cold. At the time of this recording, it's in the middle of winter. I think the high yesterday was 40, the low was 27. I mean, we'll work in those conditions, right? But do we want to work in those conditions? I mean, look at this. It's air conditioning. It's plush. It's very nice, right? So a few things on working in hotel rooms to be aware of, or spaces like this. First and foremost, you might be forced with a minimal amount of gear. You can see some of my stuff still set up in the background. I brought a total of 5 lights, which actually probably more than necessary, but that's just kind of the way my kit works out. I brought 4 B1Xs from Profoto. So those are 500 watt mono lights, battery powered, no cables today. Didn't want to have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. So I did that. I also had my trusty Profoto A2, so a compact battery powered mono light, 100 watt seconds there. So that was my kit. Some strip boxes, 3-foot octabox, and some smaller light modifiers. One thing I will tell you when working in this space that I've realized relatively quickly, that is, I wish I brought smaller modifiers. Small flash actually probably would have been better in here than big flash, just because the modifiers were hard to control and they were lighting everything. So you definitely want to be running grids on your lights here. So everything that I ran last night had a grid on it, so you could kind of see the grid here. Let's walk this in to get it closer to stuff. So grid, this is about a 2-foot octabox, which actually I wish I would have gone to the smaller octabox sooner. I was lighting everything in the room, so that didn't look really good. So I had to work with that a lot, and that's great. That's the point of doing personal work. Kind of put yourself into a situation, create some problems, solve those problems. You know, you don't have a client breathing down your neck. You don't have an art director, screaming like, where is this image? Why isn't this working out? Learned a lot, refreshed the memory a lot too. So that was something to keep in mind. A lot of side lighting, a lot of just letting light just kind of go across the subjects. I didn't have to light everything, created a little bit more of a mood and mystery. Used a lot of gels, used them creatively, used them also just color correction, just warming up or cooling down the room. So that was a lot to play around with. Very happy with the images. We were shooting tethered, so the models were able to do a lot of selects and picks. And overall, yeah, really happy. Few things to point out about shooting in a hotel room. Number one, check and see if they have room service. It never occurred to me, this property doesn't do room service anymore. You could go down to a restaurant and bring food back up, and you can do that anywhere you want to be honest with you. So that took me a little bit by surprise. I was kind of counting on like a mid-shoot, get some munchable things, get some for me to eat at least, and that didn't happen. So I ran out of gas because I was really hungry late into the evening, hence why I'm tearing down in the morning. So check always on the amenities, valet, getting gear in, getting gear out. I have my own cart system. Let's flip this around. So I have a MagMod cart that I've modified so I can put most of my gear on here, get in and out of the hotel room pretty easily. But, is valet available? Like 24 hours if you got to get in and out, got to get back to your car, bell desk, those kinds of things. How long does it take to get up there? Number 2, bigger is better. This is a suite. I wish it was just a little bit larger. It was very tight working in the space. You just wish you had a little bit more room to move stuff around. You also have to be aware of, we have this beautiful mirror here, but like all this stuff, like the stuff on the doors, I'm gonna have to remove a lot of that stuff. These ductwork, these heating vents that are kind of just right where you want everything to be, that was a little bit difficult to work with. So you have to be aware of that as doing it. One thing to check on though is early check-in and late check-out. I don't need late check-out today. This is early morning as I'm wrapping things up, but check and see if you could check in early. So in my case, I had to pay a little bit of a fee, but it was worth it. I was able to get in about 3.5 hours earlier than normal. You've already, I mean, I'm paying a little bit extra for it, but I was able to get the gear in. I didn't have to wait on anybody. I got gear in, I got stuff set up, and then I could be ready for when models, and also we did hair and makeup on location as well. Another nice thing about being in a hotel, you've got bathrooms, you know, you have those amenities for you. So that was all able to be done, and I wasn't having to rush to set stuff up. So when models were ready, I was able to shoot. So again, hotel room instead of studio, take advantage of maybe some seasonal deals, midweek stuff, put yourself into some challenging scenes or locations. If you're doing boudoir work, if you're doing family portraiture, if you're doing wedding stuff, couple stuff, or anything like that, these are types of locations and situations you're gonna have to deal with. So what better way to practice those skill sets? In my case, I was just going for some more, you know, fashion, lifestyle kind of stuff. So get out there, practice. There's value out there. Always check the seasonal deals, check what's available, get the biggest room possible, work with small flash maybe in these small confined cases. I'm rambling. This is PhotoKitchen. I hope you've liked the video. Hit like, hit subscribe, share this with friends or family that might be interested in this kind of stuff. And until next time, I'm MD Welch, not in the PhotoKitchen, but we'll see you next time in the PhotoKitchen. Take care.